We have a lot of news in today's video, but first let's talk about the SummerSlam press conference and how Cody Rhodes came out to say that he was not happy with the reaction he got from the internet after his interview with Chris Van Vliet. He went on to say that he thought he did a great job, but there were some people that were still pissed off about some things that he mentioned, and if I had to guess, it was probably the AEW comment when he explained that it appeared that people were rewriting history with All Elite Wrestling and the beginning of it. AEW fans were annoyed with that comment and kind of attacked him online. This is why he said in the SummerSlam press conference that he, along with other wrestlers, are afraid to speak their mind nowadays. And I've got some things to say about this. First and foremost, I want to say that I love Cody Rhodes. He's the WWE champion. The man defeated Roman Reigns, ending that historical title reign. We need to give him his flowers because he's a top 5 wrestler in the world right now. And I'm not even talking about just his in-ring work. Wrestling isn't only about your ability to put on a good match. It's about your presentation. It's about your confidence and the way you carry yourself, the promos you cut, and the stories that you can tell. When it comes to all of that, ultimately, Cody Rhodes is one of the best to do it right now. He's at the top of the list with names like Roman Reigns and Gunther. After everything that I just said, I need to say that I'm not sorry, Cody Rhodes. You see, I make videos with this title saying I'm sorry to this or that wrestler. It's a title that clearly works, but the videos usually have me apologizing on behalf of wrestlers or fans whenever there's some bad news. But I cannot, and I repeat, I cannot say the same things to Cody Rhodes in this situation because I think he's in the wrong. It appears that the American Nightmare wants to be loved by every single wrestling fan in the world, and there is a problem with that because it's unrealistic. It's impossible. Let's think about wrestlers like John Cena or Roman Reigns. These are two men who have been absolutely destroyed by the audience throughout their entire wrestling career. John Cena was hated for a decade after he found success. Roman wasn't even given a chance. The WWE fans booed this man before he even showed them his work. There's more names that come to mind than just John Cena and Roman Reigns. Let's look at someone like The Rock, who was even booed the first time he showed up in 1996. They were not happy with him. Then they booed the man in 2003 when he became a part-timer because he wanted to make some movies, and they even hated him when he came back in 2024 despite having one of the most hectic schedules you can think of. The point I'm trying to make is that you won't be loved by everyone, and I think this is just an unrealistic standard that Cody wants because you're gonna have haters in life, especially when you are famous. What makes the situation even worse is that he's always talking about some trolls on Twitter that don't mean much. Outside of some Roman Reigns stans, nobody is really hating on the WWE champion. In fact, he's always getting a good reaction from the fans whenever he's on TV. Those are the ones that matter because those are the real ones that honestly make up most of your audience. The people clearly still love him. I don't think you should care what maybe like 500 people think about him online. Who cares? That's literally 500 compared to millions. It literally does not matter. We've seen this type of audience hate on everyone when they find success, and a lot of those people even overlap with being AEW fans who hate his guts for leaving All Elite Wrestling. Again, it's not worth even caring what those people think. Cody is on top of the wrestling world. He's got 98% of fans behind his back. If I was him, I would not be too bothered by some random kids on the internet trying to spread some hate for some likes. I really think it's important for him to recognize all of this because you don't have to be liked by everyone. When you're at the top, like I've said many times in this video, you need to remember that the haters will come. Be like John Cena, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. You gotta ignore those trolls. Personally, I kind of want to see a Homelander Cody who says F everyone and just embraces the hate. I think that would be a great storyline and a character that he could pull off. But anyways, if social media is just too toxic for Cody, I would recommend just getting off of it completely. Cody can have some sort of social media manager who takes care of his pages. It's not that deep. That is my advice on this story. To lighten things up, here's a hilarious story of Enzo Amore explaining how Dusty Rhodes fired him in NXT for farting.
I farted in a Dusty Rhodes promo class, to which Dusty Rhodes kicked me out of it, got me fired that night, called up Triple H in the morning and got me rehired. Then I got fined for farting. I got taken off shows, and I think me and Big Cass went on a losing streak for a while in NXT.
How bad was the fart?
It was the loudest fart I've ever ripped in my entire life. Man, I thought that Dusty would think it was funny because Baron Corbin was up there cutting a terrible promo, so I just raised my hand and farted.
I don't think anyone was prepared for that clip because I definitely was not. Sadly, we do have some bad news about Seth Rollins and Dakota Kai. More specifically, they are dealing with injuries right now. This is what Dave Meltzer recently reported. I don't know how serious, but I asked if those angles with Seth Rollins and Dakota Kai were storyline covers for injuries, and I was told that they both were. But Seth is not a bad situation. Seth is cleared to wrestle, but he is banged up, so it was a good time for him to take some time off. I don't know if he'll be back for the pay-per-view against Bronson Reed. This is sad considering that Seth Rollins has been one of the best things in the WWE for the last couple of years. The feud with Bronson Reed started off with a bang. Hopefully, it does not lose momentum when he does heal up from these injuries. I don't think it's going to take place at the Bash at Berlin pay-per-view. However, I could see it taking place at Bad Blood in October. That pay-per-view is looking to be really good. As I've just said, we could get Reed and Rollins, and then according to Worked Wrestling, they are reporting that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are expected to main event that show in the Hell in a Cell. That is a great idea. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre was a ton of fun at SummerSlam. Although Punk did slow down a bit in the ring because of his age, the storytelling was top-notch stuff. The same will happen with the Hell in a Cell match, I have no doubt in my mind. I've also got to say that I love how we are getting a modern-day version of the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and Undertaker story from 1997. That is one of my favorite stories of all time, and it's nice to see WWE recreate that stuff with CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins. We need to see a WrestleMania 41 triple threat match with those three guys. I was hoping it would be for a world title, but I don't know if that happens with Gunther now winning the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know if any one of them beat him before then. We'll see what WWE will cook up though. While we're going to get another Punk and McIntyre match, I don't think we're getting another Daniel Bryan match in the WWE because he was recently asked about WWE, and Bryan Danielson said that he does not care about the WWE Hall of Fame or any accolades like that. He just wants to be free. With AEW, he pretty much is allowed to wrestle any style he wants, and he can do some work for other promotions as well. Danielson also has a big influence because Tony Khan even said himself that Bryan would run AEW if anything were to happen to Tony Khan. It's also probably why he's part of the disciplinary committee. In the grand scheme of things, I think Bryan is set for a long time with AEW. He's not going away anytime soon, and that's great for him. He seems very happy to be over there. Hopefully, he can finally win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, even though he doesn't want to win the belt because he's got to have at least one world title run with it. Speaking of talent leaving AEW, it's looking like the Lucha Bros are leaving the company. Fightful has said that they are expected to join WWE. They've also reported that they don't want to go to NXT and they want to be a package deal together when they do come to WWE. I think they'll thrive on Raw or SmackDown. The tag team division could use some big names, but with that said, they do need to polish their wrestling to line up with the WWE. I'm talking about the leg slapping with every 20 seconds and not following the rules. I think the Lucha Bros definitely need to go to NXT in my opinion, at least for 1 year, nothing too long. And the last report we need to cover is about Kenny Omega. Dave Meltzer recently said that he's expected to be back in a few months. He could make his return by the end of the year. This is what Dave Meltzer said. He's getting better, I know that. He's been in the gym. He is coming back. That's pretty much the word. I don't think it's like months and months away. Just the vibe I have is that it'll be before the end of the year. It's great to hear that he's healing up. His injury was devastating, not only for his career, but also for AEW and their fans. A Kenny Omega return is exactly what AEW needs. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.